Welcome to my homeschool village. Becky here. My 20 years of homeschooling under my belt, 5 children, and I am here to help you with your homeschooling questions, woes, anything that you've got going on. I am just here at my desk right now, petting a dog on one hand, and while my children are all busy right now, my kids are getting older and getting busy, and they don't need me as much. It's kind of nice and kind of sad all at once. Hi, Megan. Come on in. Welcome. I am here to talk about homeschooling, and it's not just to tell you how to do it, but to also help you as you're struggling. Homeschooling's not easy, you guys. I did it for 20 years. I know the struggle. I know how hard it can be. I know what it's like to homeschool the babies, the middle kids, the high schoolers. I've got adult children now. I've got a married child. I have a child who's currently in Peru as a missionary. I've got a teenager who's about to be done, and I've got 2 more at home left. So I know exactly what it is that you're going through at any stage of your homeschool journey as you're homeschooling your children. If you have teenagers and you're wondering or looking for some hints or some ideas on how to help your teenagers become more involved in their homeschooling, if you have children fighting you on their education, I have lots of tips and helps on how to help your children to stop fighting you in your homeschooling plans and what you're working on. So come in and please ask questions all you need. Any questions you have, any resources you're looking for. I've seen about all of it. I've homeschooled in multiple states, in multiple ways. We've used everything from public school to charter schools to co-ops. We have literally done it all. So come on in. Hey guys, Karen's here, Alta's here, Kaylee's here, Shortney, Christina, Karen, Michelle, J-Lo, Karen, Michelle, Betsy. Come on in, you guys. If you're a homeschool mom or dad, stick around and I can help you in any way that you have. Or let's just talk homeschooling. Let's just talk about the benefits, the joys that we're seeing as parents with our children home. I think one of the saddest things I hear, one of the most depressing, heartbreaking questions I get as a homeschool mom is, how do you handle your kids around you all day? I think that is so sad. Can I just tell you that? I think that having my kids around me all day has been such a blessing, and it's created such a great relationship between us. All my teens and my adult children, we are buddies. They're my best friends and I am theirs, and we still spend so much time together. And to me, that has been the best benefit to homeschooling that we have seen, is that family relationship, that our family's first. Everyone else comes and goes. Nobody is as permanent as your family. And that's a really important lesson we've learned together. So if you have any questions, if you need help, you can't do it, just went to bed. Hi, Jen. Good to see you here, huh? Time to relax, right? It's like evenings, the kids are in bed, it's time to scroll. Here's a homeschool hint for you. And it's not necessarily a homeschool hint, it's just a parent hint. And it's actually something my parents did. My mother would put us to bed very early in the evening, like 7, 8 o'clock, but she would allow us to read. So she would say, we all had a light by our bed, and she made sure she hit the library every week, and she would say, you're going to bed early, but you can read or sleep. And that's how we all learned to love to read. Every single one of my 7 siblings loved to read, because we had so much time where we weren't tired, where we were laying in bed, staring at a ceiling, so we would pick up a book. So it did kind of force us into that reading. My sisters and my sisters-in-laws, they're all doing it with their kids. My nieces and nephews are all readers as well, because of the same thing. Go to bed early, give them a book. Mom and dad need that. We need that. Preschool age activities to keep them busy. I don't want to keep turning on screen time. Okay, yes. So number one, we do have a whole pre-K program inside our membership if you're interested in something like that. However, remember this, it is not your job to entertain your children. It is not a parent's job to entertain. Boredom is the best seed for innovation, creativity, intelligence. So preschool age activities to keep them busy. One of the things that we liked to do is I would have boxes. Okay, a different box, like this box would be Play-Doh. This box would be, have you seen Plus Plus? This box would be Lego. This box would be whatever. And so I would just pull out one box at a time. I have discovered that if all the toys are out all the time, we have a total mess and nobody actually plays with them. They just make a mess. So if you box them and then put them in a closet where your children can't see them or get them, you pull out a box and you let them play with the box. Then they put away everything in the box and you put the box back away. You pull out another box, and it tends to keep their minds busy, their hands busy longer. I have certain boxes when they were little that I would pull out only when I would be working with another child. So if I was working with an older child, then I would go pull out the special I'm working with an older child box and pull it out that they only saw once a week, and they would just love it and get into that. So that's one way to do it. Yeah, hide toys, guys. Do not let your children see all of the toys all at once. Hide them. Pull them out one at a time. When they're bored, have them put them away before you pull out another one. Your house stays cleaner, your children stay more active and interested in their toys, and you keep your sanity. Try that out. Let me know what you think. I actually learned that at a homeschool conference 15 years ago because I was struggling with the same thing. I was going a little insane, and another mom taught me that, and I went home and tried it. So yeah, this is why we homeschool older moms come and help you guys with the younger kids, because there are things you just can't figure out on your own until you talk to somebody who's tried it. Yes, that will definitely be helpful while I'm helping my youngest take a nap. Yep, there you go. And you know what, there's some great, I am not anti-TV. If you go to, as long as it's the right stuff, right? It's like tech is a tool, and if it's used properly, it helps to grow the brain. If it's used badly, it shrinks the brain. So one app that we have bought for our children is called Living Scriptures. It's an LDS-based app, but totally Christian, but it also has a homeschool section full of educational videos, full of educational cartoons, some of the old oldies but greaties. I don't know if you've heard of like Liberty's Kids and some of the ones that you can't find anymore. They have so many great educational videos. So when I had children who are sick and they just can't, they're laying in bed, I'm like, that's fine. You can watch movies, but it has to be on Living Scripture. And they're Christian based, and they have great history. They go through all kinds of historical videos and scientific, and they're built for kids. So I love Living Scripture app. And then my children can use that. We use it for our educational videos. It's a completely safe app. It's not like when you go on Netflix and you're scared your kids are going to click on something you don't want them to click on. You can go to Living Scripture and be like, anything on here is yours. And it's so refreshing. So that will help you on the days when you're not feeling good or you need a nap. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to Living Scripture and said, guys, turn on Living Scripture. And I literally lay next to them in a bed while they watch it, and I fall asleep. That's what I do on the days where I'm just tired. I had a rough night and I still got to be mom. So let me know if that helps. Yeah, love to help you with that, Becca. And great name, by the way. I am actually, my mother's maiden name is Christensen. I'm Rebecca. And so I actually even have a cousin, Becca Christensen. So I'm looking at this going, I know that's not my cousin on there. Okay, give me another one. I love the questions. I do. We like Bible Adventures and Saddleback Kids on YouTube. Very nice. I don't know if you guys have seen Studio C. Studio C is one we like to watch as a family that is so funny. 100% clean. So funny. So if you haven't seen Studio C, we do try to keep our kids off YouTube as much as possible because it's too easy for them to get on something else, which is why I like the Living Scripture. It is a good name, Becca. It's a very good name. Oh, my son just texted me. He's coming home from his workout. Okay. Most Barksdale, hello, welcome. Come on in. Homeschooling mom here of 5 for 20 years now. I've got a married child who has a baby now, so I'm a grandma. We've got college child. We've got a non-college child. We have 2 left at home that we're still homeschooling, although they pretty much do it themselves now, guys. The secret to homeschooling, the secret to the joy of homeschooling, by the time they're 10, they can do most of it on their own. They've learned how to educate themselves. So I literally just provide what they need and they teach themselves. It is a beautiful thing. It's something the public school systems can't even fathom because it's not set up for that. But my children don't wait around for somebody to tell them what to learn and how to learn it. I was talking to my nephew who's living with us right now. He's in college. And he comes home and he's complaining about his college classes. And he's like, well, she just gave me a book and then told me that there would be a test on it. She didn't tell me what to learn. And I thought, so go read the book and then teach yourself and then learn it. But he was upset that the teacher didn't tell him exactly what to learn. So now he has to actually go in and read the book. I thought, wow, my children, because they've been homeschooled, would go, oh, okay, I got to read the book and then I'll get tested. So it's interesting the mindset the public school gives a child that says, just tell me what I got to do. I'll do it so I can check my box and move on. But a homeschool child says, ooh, I can learn this. I don't recommend an age because every single child has an age when they want to read. Do not push reading until they want it. Now, this works with every topic in the world. A child will not learn the topic until they can apply it in their lives. So my first child wanted to read at the age of like 4.5. But I think I was pregnant with another child at that point and tired. And I put her on starfall.com, which is, by the way, is part of our membership. And so she taught herself to read. The second child, who's only a year younger, did not learn to read till she was 9. And it was because she had no interest. I thought there was all kinds of problems. No, she really had no interest. She just wanted to do mechanical things. And one day she's like, Mom, I think I want to learn to read. And then she learned it in weeks. My third child also, no interest until he was like 10. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my kids, what's wrong with them? No, they just had no interest. So, and then my fourth child learned at 5 again. And my sixth child learned at, or my sixth, I don't have 6 kids, I have 5. My fifth child learned at 6. So what you do is you just keep reading books to them. You just use the time on your lap to read books to them. They will let you know when they're ready. And each child has a different age. Each child has a different time. Early reading does not mean more intelligent. And I can guarantee you, learning to read at 4 versus 8 is not on a resume. So what you do is you just take it as they're interested. The important thing is to not kill the love of reading by trying to teach them to read too soon. Get them to fall in love with stories, and then they will want to read because they want to read themselves stories. So try that. Was it tough gathering all the info you'd need to help your child apply to college? No. And here's why. So we actually didn't need much. I have one child who went, and she was a massage therapist. And so it was like a tech school, right, skill. And they required certain things, but I just kept saying, she's homeschooled, we don't have it. She's homeschooled, we don't have it. And they were like, okay, well, come on in. My second child did go to college. She called the university and said, hi, I'm a homeschooled kid. What do you need from me to get into college? And they gave her homeschool homeschool admissions, which is different than regular admissions, by the way. And she got in with a woman who does the homeschoolers. And she was like, well, have you taken any classes with any schools? Yes? Okay, send me that. Have you ever done, and they just talked it through, and she was done in just a few weeks and sent her stuff. So we didn't have transcripts. We didn't have issues. Most universities really like homeschoolers and will work with you, not to mention they want your money. So they're really not, they're going to do everything they can to get you in. But it's not hard at all. Now, if you're with My Homeschool Villages membership, all you'll have to do is if you're using our membership through their high school, all you have to do is download what they've worked on and send it in. Literally that easy. So no, it's not tough at all. The list of a public schooler to get into college is 10 times longer than a homeschooler to get into college, because the public schoolers are competing against each other. A homeschooler doesn't compete against a public schooler, believe it or not. A homeschooler just gets in. I've never seen a homeschooler not get into the school of choice, at least their top 3 choices. You just call homeschool admissions and ask ahead. It's actually one of those mega homeschool secrets we really don't want to get out, because colleges really do seek after homeschoolers. So being a homeschooled child gets you in easier, better, faster. Jennifer, I'm struggling to get this into a 2nd grade rhythm, thinking Bible, ELA, math daily, loop, other stuff. You're talking loop. 2nd grade, now, the 2nd grade is still kind of a tough, where you want your kids to start doing more, but they're still very small. So don't push it. You can do math 3 times a week and keep up easily you will surpass the public school system. I have been told by, I don't even know, hundreds of women who've been joining My Homeschool Village that their kids are way ahead now. After 1 year of being with My Homeschool Village, their children are 1, 2, and 3 grades ahead of where their public school peers are. So if that's what you're looking for. But think more along, those are great things. I just think about spreading it out. Like you could do math 3 days a week and then do your ELA 3 days a week and do Bible. We like to do scripture every day. I think that's vital. But yeah, don't try to do more than 1 or 2 hours a day. Okay, just make sure that you're not overdoing. Sometimes not finding the rhythm means you're doing too much. It's okay to back off a little bit, find out what your most important skills and things you want to teach are. Remember, you got years. Today we hit our max 4 hours with breaks. Yeah, 4 hours is a long time for a 2nd grader. Even in public school, they're not actually homeschooling for 4, or they're not actually studying or doing work for 4 hours. So make sure, I always recommend just pull back a little, let them enjoy their childhood while they can. It's actually more important for their brains. Is homeschooling accessible? My daughter has severe disabilities. It blocks that word. Oh, it does. Interesting. Yeah, it is so accessible. Go join My Homeschool Village. So I am part owner of my homeschool village. And what it is it's a group of thousands of women who've all come together to homeschool together. And if you pay for the membership, it gives you all of your curriculums for special needs, disabilities, whatever. It's all in there. It's like this homeschool buffet. You go and pick what your child needs, get them on their schedule, and help them homeschool. And then we coach you along the way. Every week we come in and we do lives, we guide you, we answer questions, we help in every way we possibly can as you go about homeschooling your children. So is it accessible? 100% in every state. Every state it's legal in the US to do it. And let me see if I can help. Focus for 45 minutes to an hour, guys. As an adult, I struggle with that. So it's okay to break it up throughout the day. It's okay to do math on Monday and English on Tuesday and history on Wednesday. That's fine. If you're looking for schedules, I'm about to post in our group. You've got to be a part of our group, but I'm about to post. There's about 10 different homeschool schedules, and you pick the one that kind of fits your family and the way your children learn and the ages, and I can help with that. But remember, do smaller bites. Do 5 and 10 minutes. She'll get more out of it. You'll fight her less, and you'll be surprised at how much better you both do. This is our first year with both our girls homeschooling 5th and 11th grade. We're excited and nervous. Welcome, congratulations. Make sure you join our free group. We discuss all this all the time. So if you're looking for resources, if you get on our email list, we send you a freebie every Friday, which is like lessons and unit studies and all kinds of really cool stuff. So make sure that you're in there so you can get that. Jennifer says she couldn't get hers to do it for 30 minutes, but give her that time to build the muscle of focus. And you'll see that by the time she's 12, she'll focus for hours. So don't stress about it. 30 plus hours a week. And I'm working. Wait, you're working? Oh, you're working 30 hours a week. Okay. I work too. So it is possible to homeschool and work. What curriculum are you doing, Danielle? What are you using with your kids right now? If you're looking for a curriculum that your kids can do more independently, that's not like these I'm sorry, but K-12 is terrible. Don't do it. Becca is so stressful. So if you're looking for something that your kids can do while you work, that they can move forward on their own, go check out our membership. I think you'll like it. She just has medical complexities and I just want her to get the best education she can. That is a perfect mother desire. She would really do well with my homeschool village. It's completely self-paced. She can go in and every topic can be according to her level and where she's at. If she doesn't touch it for a month, so what? She'll get there. Severe development delays are her biggest struggles. And what this will do for her as our program will allow her to go as long as she needs. It'll allow her to customize that according to who she is as a person. That's our number one purpose in this program, is allowing the customization per child, per person. So go look at it and let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, contact me. She starts crying at the 45-minute mark. Okay, Sandra, then this is what I would do. If I were you and I had a child crying. Now, I learned this the hard way. My poor first child was in tears a lot of years before I figured this out. And the stress that we were causing in the family was not worth it. And our relationship was suffering. And I finally had to say, okay, it's either the school or the relationship. When I started putting our relationship first, I started getting ideas. And one of those was, what if we just do this in small increments? Look, do math, then go do an art project. But math is like 10 problems instead of 30. Or maybe just write one sentence for me, hon. Do one sentence, then go jump on the trampoline for 5 minutes, come back, we'll do another sentence, go jump on the trampoline for 5 minutes, come back. So we did things like that, and that will help you. But 45 minutes is a long time for a first grader to focus. Like she can't read or write or anything. I am just so stressed and lost. Okay, Brittany, please, please, please. Call, you need to come join my homeschool village. Most children at that age can't. It is a fallacy that they can. Most of my children didn't even read till 3rd grade because they didn't care. They didn't want to. I was pushing like that and my children would push back and I actually did more damage than good until I figured it out. So she's 1st grade. I'm going to guess she has a mechanical mind. She likes building things with her hands, origami. Maybe not. This is just a guess. She can't hold a pencil. Okay. She might need another year. My second daughter would not write until she was 12. Like if she would, she just struggled to get a sentence in a day and her handwriting was terrible and her spelling was ferocious. And she finally started really reading at 14, like loving reading chapter books. She's now 20 and my best writer. She's writing chapter books. She has the most beautiful handwriting. She decided to take it on as a challenge, and she's now my best writer. But when she was that age, no writing, no reading, nothing. She was done. But she would build with her hands. So it sounds like if she's struggling with functional hand use, she needs Play-Doh. She needs scissors and cutting. She needs coloring. So take away the have-tos, give her some want-tos, like pluses. I don't know if you've seen their little pluses and you can build out of them. Give her, I don't know if she likes Legos, but Play-Doh, clays, painting. Move to the arts. Get her hand-eye coordination better. Go back to reading and writing later. She's got her whole lifetime to get this down. Now, if she's 9 or 10 and still can't hold a pencil, then you might need to figure out what's going on. But at the age of 6, go back and think Play-Dohs. Think, what else did we use at that age? I'm trying to think. Just anything that she can just play with hand-wise. Maybe she needs more playtime. She refuses to grasp things. Interesting. Have you had her tested? Make sure that all of her neurological connections are functioning. She's still very young, remember. She needs playtime. Children who don't get their playtime at an early age will take that playtime that they missed as children. They'll just take it as adults. And that's when we have all these adults who won't grow up. If you give her playtime early on, when it's time to grow up, she will grow up because she got her playtime. So it sounds like you're having a bit of a fight on your hand. She might be struggling with, you might need to see a doctor. Is she playing with Play-Doh at all? My daughter struggles like that until she started writing in rainbow colors, each sentence a different color. Oh, that's cute. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Is it lagging? I'm sorry. Oh, she has a neuromuscular disease and she's in preschool. Sorry. Oh yeah, that's important. Well, it sounds like don't push her then. Her abilities are different. And when you're homeschooled, you get an IEP, an individual education plan. And so give her educational plan that she needs. Don't push for her to be alongside everybody else. She needs her own pace. It means that reading and writing won't be her strengths. That's okay. Maybe something else will be. And let her find her strengths. Right now, just focus on what interests her and let her discover her strengths and create the confidence so that eventually she'll go back and work on the things that she struggles with. And I love the rainbow colors. If your kids won't write, go get gel pens and let them write with different colors all over the place. That's a brilliant idea. Thank you for that. I like that. No lagging. Okay, good. I'm sure it is. My husband and daughter are over there playing StarCraft together. My adult daughter, who lives a couple hours away, calls once in a while. I was like, hey, Dad, want to play StarCraft? I think it's awesome. Okay, you know that the develop is more important than the typical education for her. So, yeah, and 45-minute. So especially with all of that, and a 45-minute have-to focus is a tough thing. It sounds like, I don't know your child. And I don't know the full situation. I do know that when I get stressed, when it turns into a fight with my kids, usually the problem is me. I have to take a deep breath. I have to ask myself if I'm holding myself to standards or holding my children to standards that maybe don't fit. So I know that when we struggle, the first thing I need to do is usually check me. Am I pushing too hard? Am I asking too much? Am I expecting too much? And when I back off, my children, once I back off, it's like they go, and then they move forward 10 times more than I would have expected. So you can give that a try. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Brittany. Yeah, any way I can help, I'd love to do it. Dammy, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Guys, if this is helpful to you in any way, make sure you're sharing this with your other homeschool friends. I have many videos explaining her condition. Oh, thank you, Brittany. Okay, we'll look at that and see what's going on, but all right. We are less stressed this year, did Rebecca last year and hated it. Time for learning, and we love it. Oh, good. Okay, time for learning is great. The price is good. I hear a lot of mixes on that as well. So some people like it for about a year and then they're lacking in education. They're missing pieces, and that's okay. So let me know what you think of that. But yeah, at Becca, I don't think And Becca used to be the only option for homeschoolers, especially Christian homeschoolers. And so we would use it and fight our way through. Yeah, if you're happy, by all means, I'm a big fan of find what works for you. Some programs we find can be, just make sure that they fit your family. So if you're going to have a curriculum, all curriculums should fit your lifestyle. So if you find yourself changing your life to fit a curriculum, the curriculum's not the right one. If you find that your children fight or groan every time you pull out the books, the curriculum's not the right one. If it creates any kind of contention at all in your home, get a new curriculum. That is the number one thing. Make sure that the curriculum fits you and your life so your family can do what you want to do as you want to do it. We'll find that you're all happier. If you're looking for a curriculum right now for your kids, make sure you check out My Homeschool Village and go click on the link in the bio. So, Jammy Pie, you are adorable. I so appreciate that. Thank you. Hi, Tabitha. Appreciate the likes. Get me out there. Thank you. And share the video, you guys. Make sure you're sharing this video if you have homeschool friends that are struggling or in any way we can help. That's really why we're here. 20 years ago, when I started homeschooling, I didn't want to. I was like, oh, please, please, please. My prayers were, please don't make me. I didn't want to. And then I had a woman who came to me and was like, so I hear you're homeschooling. Can I help? And her baby was the age of my oldest. She had homeschooled 2 teenagers. And she took me by the arm and she just led me along. And for 10 years, she showed me where all the resources were. She showed me where the groups, where the friends were. And when I would get really stressed, she'd go, whoa, 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 why are you using that curriculum? That is a horrible curriculum. Don't do that. And so she helped me to find the joy in homeschooling. And because of all that she gave me, I now want to pay that forward. That's what My Homeschool Village is. It's the old veteran homeschool moms paying forward the services that other homeschool moms gave us. So hopefully we can help you as you're homeschooling. No homeschooling is perfect. You're going to struggle all the time. You're going to deal with doubts all the time. I've been homeschooling 20 years. I still doubt. Every once in a while I'm like, oh, is this the right thing for this child? Does this child need to go to school? And then I slap myself and realize that's a bad idea. we've never come to the conclusion, no matter what we're going through, I would go a year without homeschooling while I would have a baby. Birth and postpartum and all that hit me hard. And so there'd be a whole year my kids would get nothing, or at least I thought. And it still was better being at home than being put in the public school system. And they would play together and they would come out having learned a ton that I never even touched. And I would ask my kids, where did you learn that? Well, that was in that one education video that you got for us at the library, Mom. Oh, your kids can learn a lot without you being there. We switched to My Homeschool Village. My girls are loving it. Oh, Daisy, I love to hear that. Thank you. So glad. So glad that your kids are loving it. Socializing, great question. So multiple things for socializing. Number one, I like that my children are learning socializing from me. Starfall. That's their favorite, of course it is. I love that they're learning their socializing from their parents, because I am able to go with them to the park and say, okay, don't talk like that. We're not, treat the kids right, whatever. Number two, we have a lot. Guys, homeschooling is so big now. There are homeschooling groups everywhere. There's homeschooling meetups at parks in every city. There's homeschool co-ops. There's homeschool groups. My children are in like 4 or 5 different homeschool classes that I run them around to. That's not a problem. They do have each other. There are 5 of them. We meet up with other homeschool families one-on-one. And then on My Homeschool Village, we actually have a socializing group. So those that are in the program get access to, thank you, Daisy, the Minecraft group. We have a Minecraft group where the kids can go in and they're all building a homeschool village together, and they can get on Discord and talk to each other if they want to do that. We are heavily monitoring that, and it is divided by age. We are being very careful. But we have online socializing with our kids. We have off socializing with our kids. We can help you connect and find people in your area that are doing it. But honestly, my kids are so socialized, it's exhausting. I'm like, my kids get more socialization than public school children because their friends are sitting at desks all day, whereas my kids were out and about with homeschoolers all day. So they get so much that there are days I'm like, we've had friends in our house for a week straight. Can we please have a day off of people? We have way too much socializing. It is not a problem. Hi, Anne. Yes, we have, book club for the kids start September. Thank you, Anne. What book are they going to be reading? We've got book clubs. We've got science clubs. We've got all kinds of meetups in my homeschool village for the members. What age should homeschooling start? Now, that's an interesting question. It's a little loaded because the day that baby's born, he's being taught by his mama. So technically that's homeschooling. However, actual sit down, read and write education shouldn't start at an age. It should start at an interest. So when the child comes to